lifetime value. How much is a new customer worth in marketing dollars? In this video, we're going to talk about one way marketers may determine promotional budgets. In the management of a small business or department, understanding the costs can make all the difference to your bottom line, especially in relation to how much you budget for your advertising and promotion. Many people simply calculate how much their product costs to make, how much it costs to deliver, how much they have in overhead costs, and how much profit they need to make. Then they decide how much of the remaining margin is available to budget for advertising or promotion or social media or marketing, etc. That may not represent the total monetary value of a customer to the business. So it really doesn't help you speculate what to spend on acquiring a new customer and, of course, keeping the current one. To do this, let's look at the marginal value of each customer over the lifetime of that customer so we can have a more clear picture of how much to allocate for promotional activities. Here's a simple formula that provides some real insight on how much monetary value each client potentially brings, and then how much you might spend on acquiring that client proportionately. Let's use an example of an Oriental medicine physician. Each time a client visits, the client pays an average of $100. First, we'll plug in the revenue per purchase. This is the average amount your customer will pay each visit or purchase. Next, we consider the direct costs per purchase. This is the average cost to the business for each visit or purchase and includes both the costs of physical goods and of services rendered. In our example, let's say the direct costs to the business are $45 per visit. Now we'll subtract the direct costs per purchase from the revenue per purchase, and you'll have a remainder of $55. We can refer to this remainder as the contribution margin per purchase. The contribution margin is potentially spendable money. Now we're ready to consider the projected lifetime purchases. This is the estimate of how many visits or purchases each customer will make over their lifetime of the business relationship. An easy way to calculate this is to consider how many visits or purchases a customer makes each week or month or year, and then determine about how many total visits they will complete during their average lifetime as a customer. In our example, though doctors' wellness-oriented clients visit on average of 2 times a month for the first year and then once a month for the next 2 years. So the projected lifetime purchases would be twice a month for 1 year, or 24, and once a month for 2 years, also 24, totaling 48 visits. Now we'll multiply the contribution margin by the projected lifetime purchases, and you'll have an estimate of the customer lifetime value. Of course, you can make this more accurate and more complicated by discounting future purchases by the time of value of money, but let's use this simple formula as a rough estimate. So we take the contribution margin of 55 and we multiply it by the projected lifetime purchases of 48, and we get 2,640 per client, or patient in this case. We find that each new customer will add an estimated 2,640 in contribution margin over their 3-year customer relationship. Now you're equipped to ask the right question. How much will you budget for marketing, promotion, and retention activities so that you can find and ultimately keep that customer? Let's review the whole process again. We have revenue per purchase at $100 per visit, direct costs per purchase of $45 per visit, a contribution margin per purchase of $55 per visit, projected lifetime purchases at 48. So that tells us the customer lifetime value is $55 per visit at 48 visits, or $2,640 per patient. When you're determining your marketing budget, or an agency is sending you a proposal for some promotional work, now you have another way of determining what to spend. So now let's look at a different angle. If you have 200 current customers, you have a potential customer lifetime value of $528,000 of available funds over a 3-year period to spend on acquiring and retaining efforts. That could include new services and incentives that help keep those customers. Another consideration is projecting how many new customers you might want to acquire. In our example of the Oriental medicine practice, let's say the doctor wanted 15 new customers over the next year. Projecting that the 15 new patients will also complete an average of 48 visits over the next 3 years, with a contribution margin of $55, that can bring in $39,000. Now you have a better idea of what to allocate for marketing spend to attract those new customers. Once you have these figures in place and decide upon a promotion, it's important now to analyze the successfulness of that promotion. To determine that, we need to look at the return on investment. This helps us tweak our marketing spend to better achieve our goals. Continuing with our doctor example, she wanted to measure the success of a recent open house event that she promoted on Facebook. She wanted to find out how many new appointments or sales occurred as a result of the campaign and what the correlation is for that. On the campaign, they spent $450 for the event, and fortunately, 35 people attended. The event generated 7 new appointments or 700 in sales. So we would calculate this as $700 in sales minus $450 for the campaign costs, and that leaves us with $250. We will take the total of the new sales, $700, and then subtract the cost of the campaign, $450. That gives us $250 in profit, so to speak, from the campaign. Next, we want to determine what percentage of the cost of the campaign contributed to the profits. To get the percentage, we divide the profit of $250 by the cost of the campaign, $450, which gives us 0.555 or 55.5% return on the investment. This tells us that the campaign brought an ROI of 55.5%. With a goal of 15 new patients, the doctor may consider running the same type of event again or making some changes to the costs of the campaign to make it more successful or give a better ROI. In our example, the doctor is now equipped with more data-driven details to help inform her decision-making process in reaching her goal of the 15 new patients. Now you're ready to start practicing on your own so you can better understand the idea of what to budget for marketing and how much each campaign investment will help. Happy calculating!